Well, I try to always keep my goals really short term and just think about the next practice, the next game. I think that my role with this team is different than the roles I've played on teams in the past, and I'm trying to find my way to be as effective as I can be and contribute to the team however I can. Especially last year when there wasn't a league and I was coming in under camps from Europe, I think I was in a very unique position, and I think it was a huge advantage. And now with the NWSL, I think that playing in Europe is just a little bit of a fresh perspective on the game, and there's a huge transition every time I come back. So on the one hand, I'm learning so many things that I could never learn just playing in the US, and then on the other hand, it's kind of hard to transition back and forth all the time. Yeah, I think that, you know, for the girls who've been on this team for a long time, the rivalry has built up. But I think that for all of us it's there, and having been in the stands in that game, sometimes it's even harder to be in the stands and watch games like that because you want to contribute and you want to help so bad. So I think that, you know, even though I wasn't playing in that game, I still remember it, and it was still a very emotional and powerful game for me to experience.
And obviously,
the game is definitely growing, and especially here in Canada, it's exciting to see a sellout, especially for the first game back, you know, after the Olympics. You know, I'm excited for them and just for the game ahead. You know, having, you know, sell out in what, 50-something minutes, is that correct? It's pretty amazing. I mean, I think it's definitely, you know, a good thing, you know, that you get to build CONCACAF, you know, with the Canadian Mexicans on the team, and, you know, you develop a friendship. And I played with Sophie Schmidt actually now with Magic Jack, and now in New Jersey. But, you know, the same thing is going after teammates in the NWSL. It's, you know, once you're on the other side, you're on the other side, and, you know, it's competition, you know, and that's what we love and thrive on. So, you know, I think, you know, parting ways and, you know, coming into our both sides international, it's going to be a game, you know, and it's always a great game against Canada. Definitely a tough competitor, you know, especially in this crowd. The pressure, you know, especially for us with, you know, Tommy looking at new players and, you know, his new vision. This is a year to look, so, you know, puts, I think, a little added pressure on everybody on our team, just, you know, to step up their game and make sure we're playing good. But, you know, yes, I'm sure there'll be like some talking back when we get back, but, you know, it's all in good. It's all good for the game. You know, at the end of the game, we're always talking and trying to. I mean, I think whichever way you want to phrase it, it does help the game. You know, I think for our outlook, I think it's just, you know, the next level. I mean, I don't think we're looking back at the past and looking at that game, but at the same time, it definitely adds to the rival of, you know, of a great match for tomorrow. But, you know, we're looking moving forward because we have to prepare ourselves for, you know, for qualifying. And, you know, Canada's in a good place right now with it being at home. They don't have to qualify, so, you know, we only have a short amount of time to try to develop and see who the next team will be. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, there's obviously pressure there, but it definitely fires you up. You know, when you have a good crowd cheering for the game of soccer, it definitely motivates you, and especially if they're against you, it motivates you even more. And I think this team, you know, strives under pressure. You know, I think we love those press situations that kind of test us and see who we are and where we're at. So it'll be nice to see, you know, amazing sold-out crowd. You know, we haven't seen that in a while, so it's going to be good to play in front of.
Very technical players. You know, if they're on the same page working well together, I mean, they're the ones that we're looking after, you know, and making sure we know where they are at all times, especially Sinclair. You know, she's proven to score goals in big moments, in big games. She's a handful, but at the same time, we can't try to just individually play her. We have to play her as a team. And, you know, the same thing with Madison. She's the engine. She's the fire there. She, you know, her work ethic is unbelievable, and you're seeing that in the NWSL, seeing her, you know, more. And, you know, playing with Sophie, the same thing. You know, she's all over the place, tenacious, aggressive, you know, has that determination. So the three of them connecting is something that we definitely have to be aware of. I think it's a start. You know, hopefully what you see tomorrow will be a lot better come 2015, but it's just still growing under Tom and under his philosophies, and seeing what he likes and dislikes, and kind of trying to find that rhythm. We haven't really had a camp together per se. Like every time we've been together since Tom has taken over, we've had a game at the end. So there's a lot of tapering going on, especially coming with the NWSL. You can't really go out there and battle, and try to earn those spots. So I think it's just an evaluation period, but we want to make sure it's good. And obviously any game we step on the field, we want to win. So it's, we have that goal in mind of winning, but also getting better and excelling, and making Tommy proud of the team that he's taken on. Games against Korea, but then the fall will truly be our test when we really get into these camps and have 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to really let it all out and really train and see, who stays consistent through those training periods.
Looking forward to having the small contingent of American fans cheering you on tomorrow.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have our little section there, but we'll be proud and try to make everybody proud. But it's going to be a great game. It's televised, which is great. It's sold out crowd here in their home soil, so it's going to be definitely a great competition. When the U.S. plays Canada, it's always going to be a great battle.